Hello, this is Mrs. Drury, and guess what? We are going to be learning about a new book today, and the title of it is Kenya. Does anybody know anything about Kenya? Well, first off, Kenya, and I can tell you right now, Kenya is a noun. Okay, it is a noun, and that we know that's a person, place, or a thing. And in this particular case, this noun, known as Kenya, is a place, okay? It is a location. Now, this place, if we look just based on the photograph, what do we see here? There's an elephant. So is this place somewhere in Ohio? Do you think Kenya is in Ohio? Do we see wild elephants running around in Ohio? So we know that this Kenya is not a location in Ohio. In fact, it's not even in a location in the United States, and we're going to take a deeper and a closer look. If I change this page and we look here, we look at a little boy, and this little boy appears to be about your age, all right? And this little boy has a carrier of a little child, an infant child on his back. Now in the United States, we know that this takes place in a different place because in the United States, we do have carriers for children. But do you typically carry children on your backs in the United States? You meaning a first grader. Typically we do not. So we know that the way that they transport their children is different. We do see these types of wraps in the United States, but usually it's being worn by the adult or the parent. We also can tell that the clothing is very different from that of anybody, not just in Ohio, but also in the United States of America. Not too often do we see boys wearing necklaces around their neck. And we also don't see this kind of cloth for our children that are first graders. So it's very different. Also, let's take a look at the background here. All right. This looks like it takes place in what kind of environment? Maybe a desert. All right. It looks like sand. Sandy earth, not like the dirt that we see here in Ohio. All right. Now we're on to the table of contents. What does the table of contents do for us? That's right. It tells us the heading and the location where that heading will be. So it gives us a glimpse as to what type of information about Kenya that we're going to be learning about. And it says, where is it? So first off, on page 4, we're going to probably be told exactly where this location called Kenya is. The people. On page 6, land. Page 8, and celebrations. What is a celebration? Okay, here in the United States, we celebrate as a nation, like the 4th of July. We also have celebrations when it's around Christmas time, Easter. We have celebrations, also birthday celebrations. So celebrating when we are coming together to pretty much have a party, either in honor of a person or a religious reason or something that is about the development of our country. So like the 4th of July, President's Day, things like that. And celebrations could also be honoring people other than just their birthday, like Martin King Jr. We celebrate his birthday, but not because it's just his birthday, but because of his accomplishments and what he did for the United States. Here, animals. All right, so we're going to learn about the animals of Kenya. And what do we see here? These are pink what? Pink flamingos. I wonder if those are animals that are typically found in the country of Kenya. Then we have the conclusion. So they're going to tie up people, land, celebrations, and animals and kind of pull it all together, maybe talking about the customs and the culture of this place. And that'll be on page 14. Then we have a glossary. What does a glossary do again? That's right. It helps us with our unfamiliar words. Those are words that, maybe they're just specific to this country of Kenya, or words that maybe we just don't hear in our everyday language. And as you know, what I always do before I read any book, I always go straight for that glossary. And as we're going through, we could take a look at the photographs or the drawings or the illustrations. And we've got Kenya here, all right? It says, where is it? We can see here, they've zoomed in, and this is Kenya, all right? And where is it? It's in Africa, all right? It's a country in Africa. And I didn't even need to really read anything, but just from this photograph, I can see. All right, then it says, let's take a look here. We've got a person with, what is this? That's right, a giraffe, all right? So I wonder if part of the animals contain giraffes, all right? The people, all right? This heading's about the people. And we've got, again, people wearing different types of clothing, things that we don't normally see people wearing here in the United States. And this is a worker, all right? And the worker, we're going to be learning about what is he doing in this picture here. The land, all right? We're going to be learning about the land. And we can see that there are mountains and that there are lakes, all right? And then it's by the what ocean? The Indian Ocean. So Kenya, it has plenty of water. It also has... It looks like some mountainous regions, so higher elevations, all right? And this is a beautiful photograph here. Again, it looks nice and green. Celebrations, it looks like they're celebrating something. I'm not quite sure what it is, but people seem to be gathered together. And like we said, a celebration is when people come together typically, and they're excited about either a holiday, like some sort of holiday, maybe based on their country or a religious reason. And then what is this? Looks like a camel. So let's go. Then there's more animals. And this is the conclusion. And then, oh, look here. We're looking at money that they typically use. And I wonder if this is the flag. All right, so we're at the glossary finally. Say crops, and it's a noun because it's a thing. So this noun, we know nouns can be a person, place, or a thing. Let's spell it. C-R-O-P-S, crops, plants grown by farmers for food or other uses. The amount of plants gathered in one season is known as a crop. So again, a crop is a thing, and it's plants grown by a farmer for, it could be used for food or other uses, and it's what they get in a season. All right. So how much of that plant or for food or other things, how much is gathered in one growing season? And we're going to find that on page 7. All right. So if the only thing, let's say you want to really learn about crops of Kenya, you would just go to page 7 because that's where it's going to talk about the crops. Say highlands and spell it Highlands. And again, it's a noun. It is a thing. And let's say highlands. Areas that have many mountains. So if we want to just discover about the mountains, and the highlands of Kenya, we would want to look in our book on page 8. So that's probably where it's going to be talking about the land and how the land is made up of Kenya. Protected, say it, spell it. Protected. Oh my gosh, I can't spell. Protected, and it's an adjective. Now we know that an adjective does what? That's right. It describes something. Okay, it's describing. This is protected, so it's describing. All right, and it says just protected, guarded or defended from harm or danger. So right now, our governor is trying to protect us from COVID-19. All right, so this protected is guarding. It means to guard or defend from harm because we know COVID-19 can harm you. And we're trying to keep you from dangers that we can't really see because it's a virus, but we want to protect you. We don't want it to harm you. Okay, the next word is rare. Say rare. Let's spell it. R-A-R-E. And again, that's an adjective. And what do adjectives do? They describe. So rare, not happening very often. It's uncommon. So I could even say it is rare that, it is rare. I can't even get it all on there. Hold on. It is rare that we would be out of school for this long of time. Doesn't happen very often. It is very uncommon. It's not your normal, okay? We might miss 5 days of school. That's common in the wintertime or because of fog or snow or sleet. That's common. So the opposite or the antonym of rare would be common. And when we're looking at this word right here, it says uncommon. That prefix of un means not. It is not common. It is rare, all right, which means that things don't happen very often, all right? The next word is savannas. Say savannas. And again, this is a noun, and it's a place. And let's spell it. S-A-V-A-N-N-A-S, savannas, flat grasslands with few trees. So we're describing a place. So the Kenya must be savannas, which is flat grasslands with few trees. And if we want to know more information about that, we're going to turn to page 12 in our book. All right, the next word is tribes. Say tribes. Let's spell it. T-R-B-E-S, tribes. And tribes is a noun. And it is a group of people. Oops, I'm not spelling anything right either. People. And the groups of people who share a culture and land. So a tribe is a group of people who share a culture and land. And that can be found on page 6. Now, culture is pretty much the way you live, the way you celebrate, the traditions that the people that you are around, how they do things. And you are close in proximity. You share land. You're close to one another. Let's just go through and let's just read these. Crops. All right. In Ohio, a typical crop that a farmer grows is wheat. Say crops. Highlands. Highlands are areas that have many mountains. In Ohio, we do not have highlands. We do not have many mountains in Ohio. In fact, we don't have any mountains at all. Protected, guarded, or defended from harm or danger. Governor, the governor of Ohio, DeWine, is protecting. He's protected all of our students and all of our teachers and all the people that work in schools from the COVID-19. Protected. Rare, not happening very often, uncommon. It is rare that we miss this much school. It is uncommon. That is the antonym, the opposite. It means not rare. All right. It is uncommon for us to miss so much school. Savannas, flat grasslands with few trees. And that's describing a place. And then tribes, group of people who share a culture and land. We're going to learn more about this and how it relates to Kenya in the next video. Guys, practice, learn these words. Think about what this book's going to be about. All right, and I will get back with you, but first I want you to learn all this, and then we're going to read about Kenya. Guys, have a beautiful day. It's beautiful weather outside, and I hope you learned something new. See you tomorrow.